Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Huzaifah Ahmed and I am here with another topic for discussion with ChatGPT for today. And it's going to be how to find balance in a digital world, which is I think necessity in today's era. Hey ChatGPT, today the topic of discussion with you is going to be how to find balance in a digital world.
I love that topic. It's something so many of us are grappling with, right? Balancing all the screen time, constant notifications, and still trying to carve out space for presence and real world connection. What aspect of this balance are you most curious about? Like managing.
Yes, exactly. It's been hard for all of us. So why don't you first explain what does balance in a digital world actually mean? Is it about using technology less or using it better or something else that we don't know about right now?
Yeah, that's a great starting point. So, balance in a digital world is really about finding a healthy relationship with technology, not necessarily using it less, but using it more intentionally. It's about making sure tech serves you rather than you feeling like you're being controlled by it, whether that's balancing screen time, being mindful of where your attention goes, or even just making space for offline activities.
Okay, why don't you explain that why is digital balance so hard to achieve when the very platforms we use are designed to keep us hooked all the time?
Absolutely. And that's a big part of the challenge. A lot of these platforms are built with really sophisticated engagement tools, notifications, infinite scroll, personalized feeds. So they kind of exploit our natural curiosity and reward loops. And on top of that, we often rely on them for work, connection, even entertainment. So it's not just a passive thing, it's ingrained in how we function now. That makes stepping back or setting boundaries really tough.
Why don't you tell me what does science say about how excessive screen time affects the brain, mood, and the attention span of a human body?
Research shows that excessive screen time can impact the brain, mood, and attention. Studies link heavy screen use to reduced attention span, slower reaction times, and poorer focus. It's also connected to higher rates of depression and anxiety, and in some young adults, even structural changes in the brain, like a thinning of the cortex. Plus, screens disrupt sleep and reduce physical activity, both of which also affect mood and focus.
All right, what's the main difference between a healthy relationship with technology and a dependent one? Like, where does that line lie in between them?
Yeah, that's a really key distinction. So, a healthy relationship with technology is when you're the one deciding when, how, and for what purpose you engage. It's intentional. A dependent relationship, on the other hand, is when tech starts driving your habits. When you feel anxious without it, you lose track of time, or you rely on it to cope with boredom or stress. The line is when tech stops being a tool and starts feeling like a necessity you can't step away from.
Okay, how does constant digital connectivity affect real world presence and deep thinking?
Yeah, it really can take a toll. Constant connectivity pulls us out of the moment. We're rarely fully present because we're half attuned to notifications, messages, or just that next ping. And that constant pull for quick updates crowds out space for deeper thinking, those long reflective pauses that let us process ideas or connect concepts. So, in a way, it's kind of fragments our focus and our capacity for deep creative thought.
Okay, what is a digital detox? Does it actually work or is it just a temporary fix for a deeper problem which won't work?
Yeah, so a digital detox is basically a planned break from screens. No social media, no devices, just some intentional offline time. And yes, it can really help. People often report feeling calmer, sleeping better, even being more creative. But you're right. If it's just a quick fix and the underlying patterns don't change, like how you structure your day or how you handle boredom, then the effects might not last. It's kind of like a reset, but the real work is in building sustainable habits after that.
Okay, how do you set boundaries with technology when your work, income, and social life all depend on it?
Yeah, that's a tough balance for sure. I think it starts with really small intentional boundaries, like designating certain times as screen free or being mindful about which apps get your attention. You can also set notifications so only critical ones come through during work hours. And for social life, maybe create specific times for online connection versus in person. It's not about cutting everything off, it's about being intentional so tech serves you, not the other way around.
All right, what's the psychological impact of social media consumption comparison culture on self-worth and mental health nowadays, which is basically mostly common nowadays from what I've seen.
Social media comparison culture can have a serious impact on self worth and mental health. Research shows that constantly seeing idealized versions of others' lives can lower self esteem, increase anxiety, and even contribute to depressive symptoms. It can also distort body image and self worth by encouraging constant upward comparisons. Some studies suggest that how you use social media matters, so active engagement can be less harmful than passive scrolling.
How do the most productive and mentally healthy people in tech-heavy careers manage their own digital consumption?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of them are really intentional. They set clear boundaries, like specific deep work blocks where they turn off notifications, keep apps in check, and even schedule tech free breaks. They often use tools like focus apps, or they design their environments, like keeping devices out of the bedroom or having a separate workspace. Plus, many prioritize offline hobbies, exercise, nature, reading to balance out their digital lives.
All right, what's the role of intentionality in finding digital balance? Can awareness alone change the behavior?
Yeah, intention is really at the core of it. Being aware of how much time you spend or how certain apps affect you is a huge first step, but it usually needs to be paired with deliberate action. So once you notice a pattern, that's when you can make small mindful adjustments like setting timers, choosing specific tech free windows, or even just reflecting at the end of the day. So awareness is a spark, but intentionality is what really drives change.
All right, now lastly, what's one digital habit someone can change today to immediately feel more in control of their screen time?
I'd say one simple habit is to turn off non essential notifications. Just start with that. If you keep your phone on silent or only allow crucial apps to notify you, it reduces that constant urge to check in. And it gives you just a bit more mental space so you feel like you're directing your time instead of being pulled by every ping.
All right, everyone, this was the end of my discussion with ChatGPT for today. Until the next one, Allah Hafiz.